Okay, believe it with us because, boy, there were so many people. But a truck ran over the power line. We had to set the whole studio back up. I think we're good now. We have someone blocking the lane for the power. So we're up and running and doing good here at Cross Country Motorcycle Chase 2021. So good to see you all. This is Chris with Cycle Source Magazine. I'm going to be your engineer through the next 60 to 90 minutes of fast talking into this auspicious event. You guys can help us get this out everywhere. Like and share. Make sure you share this and let people know. Every morning, every evening, we're going live with Cross Country Motorcycle Chase. And also tell them about Source Media and Chopper Tom. We'll see you guys in a minute and a half. So Rob Nussbaum, that merit badge is getting bigger. A truck just ran over our power line here. I don't know if that's ever happened to you in the field, but it was kind of crazy. Everything was going great, then it was black and there was no sound. Going live in 1 minute, Cross Country Motorcycle Chase. Get ready. All the stories from the day's event. Even have an update on Barry Wardlaw. I know you guys are waiting. Stick around, under a minute, we're going live. All right, 34 seconds. I'm going to cut you guys loose before one of you guys cuts me. It's time for Chase. Let's get going.
It is Thursday night. We are in Muskogee, Oklahoma. Now, who would have thought of that? I think we tricked everybody tonight. I know the consensus was when we started in Hot Springs this morning and even last night, everybody I was talking to thought we were taking this train east over to the Tennessee line. You know what? We threw it out to them and ended up in Oklahoma. Couldn't be happier. Muskogee is a great, great town. These guys are great. A lot of stuff to do here. I know a lot of the riders are out checking out the town tonight and seeing what this place has to offer. So we have a lot of great updates for you guys today. Stage 3 was nothing but great things. A lot of crazy things happen. I think when we post the scores here in about an hour, you guys will be probably pretty surprised of what went down and some of the positions but we were on the show just getting ready to go on, and the sweep truck drove over our power cord and completely shut the show off. So thank God to Chris getting this thing back on the train so we can bring you some great updates. And speaking of shorts, probably one of the biggest things that happened today was part of the course. We set up a checkpoint at one of the highlights today on Mount Magazine at the top. It was a really kind of confusing little area. You really had to be on your game with your odometer in that area, look for the landmarks, and not get confused by other riders that were leaving the checkpoint. So unfortunately, when you see the scores come out, you know why they dropped from number 2 and 4 down to 50th place or something like that. So beautiful ride up Mount Magazine this morning. an elevation of about 2,500 foot. We went from, I think, about 600 foot up to 2,500 foot. Really great challenge for these old machines. The rest of the ride went super good. Had a lot of fun. Riders seemed in good spirits today. I think the heat and the humidity was a little bit less today. It wasn't too bad. We've seen a little bit of rain here and there. Not too much other than that. We'll update you. We got some good videos for you. I'm here with a great guest. You guys, probably one of the fan favorites out there, Barry Wardlaw. I know you guys have been rooting for him out there. We got him and his dog Molly. Barry, what's happening?
It's a wonderful afternoon here in Muskogee. Look at the sun going down.
Oh, isn't it beautiful?
And Merle Haggard.
Merle Haggard?
He lied in that song. He fibbed. I'm just saying.
Right. Pretty historic town. I know a lot of riders thought that we weren't probably coming this direction. I know you've been working feverishly. You probably haven't been thinking about anything about the roads because you've been all over that motorcycle. For those guys that don't know out there, Barry on day one, the prologue, ended up having a perfect score that day, perfect ride. Came out on day two, stage one, and ended up having a valve problem, right?
Trailering at 77 miles.
77 miles.
I have a beautiful collection. Is this my camera right here? I have a beautiful collection of a single valve spring, now in 7 pieces or 5 pieces there, and I'm going to weld that into a trophy for myself. Deprived.
So for the last 2 days, you've been working on this bike, trying to score parts, figuring out what's wrong with it. Let's go through a little bit of the journey of what got you from mile 77 to the start line today in Hot Springs.
Jason, this was a crazy, what a wonderful story actually, and these are the things that make these events. This is what you remember. If it went easy, who cares, right?
Yeah,
but,
if it was easy, everybody would do it.
We were probably at mile 70, 65, and we had left Cape Girardeau. Mm-hmm. Wasn't he an actor?
I don't know.
De Bergerac? Sorry. On the right, and I can smell it.
Mm-hmm.
Big red barn on the left. The hawk, the deer going into the bedding areas. And I'm seeing this.
Right.
My dog's on my gas tank. My girl.
Right.
Just like that. Just like the cartoon, just like the story. Murphy was on the back, and it went to 1 cylinder. So I continued on up the hill. I didn't want to stop there where I was, and I continued up the hill, and we pulled. It happened to be a checkpoint, and so I pulled into the. Couldn't pull the front spark plug due to a vent line, and knowing good and well what it was, and I put the spark plug in, and wandering sparrow fluttered over, and he said, "Barry, kick it over," and he looked down at the motor and goes, "Loose valve guide."
Oh no!
And I looked down, and the whole valve guide, everything's moving onto the trailer of shame. And I haven't finished writing out the epilogue in the journal of shame,
right.
Which we should do, everyone should do, but I have written it up. I know what to put in there.
Okay.
But I was writing in the back of it, and Mario Morgan was driving that thing, and I just couldn't do the pen. I've never been car sick in my life, but he got in Branson.
Branson.
Yeah, we're at the.
It's hard to even remember where we were 2 days ago, right?
We were an hour ago. We were in the chateau. We had the chateau at Branson, Missouri, and so I had a friend of mine that I grew up with in the '70s, and he shows up there. I haven't seen him in 40 years. Mm-hmm. That was a wonderful moment. But we start tearing the bike down. We're making diagnosis, and we made an incorrect diagnosis. It wasn't a loose valve guide. What it was deprived of all my stickers. I'm going to weld this up into my own little baby Chase trophy.
There you go.
That's what I'm going to name it, Baby Chase Trophy.
With all those pieces, you could probably make it say Ace.
So we pull it down into we're 70 feet below where the mezzanine is, so where we bring the bikes in the morning. I'm down. Well, there's no lights. There's nothing but skeeters. And no parts. There's no parts. And there are people looking for parts. but we don't know we need a valve spring. I think, but it would take another day. It's going to put me out.
Right.
So Chris Simmons comes to me and says, Barry, but I want to fix the motorcycle. I don't know what to do.
Right.
So I was going to team up with one of the BMWs. We had 2 BMW riders drop out. Beautiful little motorcycle, Peter's bike. What a beautiful bike.
Right.
And come and help whomever, Morgan or my team Rough Boys. And so Doug Waskey says, nope. So I go down and I put the bike back together loosely, so it won't shake apart when we're driving it back to Cape Girardeau. And the next morning, Doug Waskey says, listen, I know a guy that's got a trailer and a van.
Everybody in every town.
Oh yeah,
he does.
Yeah, and what's interesting, it took from San Diego and to you, it took probably 11 people to bring Alex, who sponsored Connor,
right,
who helped me make this coiled unobtainium happen. And it was mined from a mine there in Piney, and that had been the friend of Doug Waskey, but yet Alex in San Diego knew the guy, and they tore their new motor down. They tore a new motor down to get the valve spring. They couldn't find it.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh, which made me, now I have to do.
Right.
I got to go. We got to do it.
So what the guy charge you for this?
He gave me a 2 waters and my dog some jerky.
Oh, no kidding.
And coiled unobtainium. We get there, now we have to tear the bike down. We got to go through it, and we've got to put the valve spring back in with limited tools, limited resources. And we're in Hot Spring, and then trailered by the
sweep truck.
Well, that's what you call it. The trailer of shame, the van of shame.
Truck, or the trailer of shame.
Okay. Well, it's a humbling place to be. The AC and the cause the back. How old was the motel?
Almost 100 years old. I think that
100 years old. We're able to use. It's 2 blocks down.
Right.
So we pushed it down and just started tearing it down. Entered up, and it ran iffy. And this morning, Molly and I'm crossing that line. I'm going across that line in the morning. It's going to happen. Well, the other morning, I pushed it across the line.
Right.
Just to get checked in. Then I.
Wow.
Vivian, myself, Molly didn't do a damn thing, and a used to be friend. So I pushed across the line, dead. They logged me in. We get on the trailer, and now I'm still in the game.
Right.
So now we're back up to Ash. I did all the good things that you should do when you're given a impression. We had spark. The leads were good. We were losing power in some areas that we had never messed with before.
Right.
So it's like this crazy text. Oh, hell, it was from you. And I said, fair. I call it weeping, and it really is. It's coming out the butterfly. There's nothing I can fix about it. So I fixed all that by moving the bike. About to get underway, I fired the bike up. It's on one. Interviews Molly. And Molly wasn't telling the whole truth about the night before. I'm being serious.
Right.
The Little Indian, Wigwam, number 41, 1939.
So this bike made it up Mount Magazine on 1 cylinder.
18 miles an hour. I put the dead man, locked the dead man 32 miles an hour, because if I tucked down on top of Molly, put my arm behind me and pulled myself to the handlebar, I'd get 4 more miles an hour. No. And it was never safe. They knew what I was going through, man. And it took forever. And I couldn't go into second.
Right.
Second so long, it just dropped the RPM down too low. Listening to the motor and milking it for how many torturous miles did you put us through? What was that?
Well, Mount Magazine alone was 9 miles uphill.
When we had lunch, where did we have lunch today?
Well, I don't know where you guys had lunch, but I had a wonderful lunch in this city. Me and Chris Simmons ended up.
Yeah, we had a wonderful lunch in Sonic, and here's why. They have these little slots you can pull in that are covered with shade, and you can work on your motor.
That good for.
That's the breakdown
spot. That's a great place to break down, because you get.
Waskey offered his services once again. He had a nudist to no avail.
So still nothing out of those.
Nope. And the front spark, so it puts the boot and the plug right near the vent of the gas or to that fitting. So and there is. So we switch the spark plugs. We fire it. They do offer repairs in Doug Wathke philosophy.
Right.
A Wathkeism. We may say. Been to high number 2, and it clears.
Whoa.
And I tried to hang with them, but we made it into 3rd gear, and we were running 50 entrance into Oklahoma. That was an amusing road right there. Oklahoma. And it's not good. Her panhead was running good. Tony Pan, Nino's, his was running well. Yeah.
Huh. That's great. That's a great, I mean, it's memories that she'll take out of this. I mean,
it always is the challenges. And the Michael Lichter, he got beside Molly today, and it ended up being on some show tonight. I haven't seen it, but he said, yeah, they got Molly on there.
Oh yeah.
But so, but it took so many that it takes. When it's good. This is Connor. This is Connor.
Oh,
this
yeah,
is my guy right here.
We've interviewed Connor a few times.
Right now, he is running his Indian with 5 mile per hour of first. Old Indian riders, wagon burners. We're the wagon burner brothers, man.
Yeah. I brought you
all the time. It's man versus machine. You know, panic in the world, use the best parts in the world, and stuff is still going to happen.
So you're going to get your butt. I'm going to say who answered it.
Right.
Guy goes, well, we've got plenty of time to check in. 5 miles. We turned Vivian's bike on. There's no coil kick that we got here.
He does. He's always at that place. So anyway, hey, I am finally beating the machine. I'm getting out there now.
But I will say this. I was one of the 7. I was one of the magnificent 7.
So what happened?
Do it. I got to go. But I didn't know we would lose the points to get the sticker.
The sticker.
I'm a sticker whore, bro, and have good communication.
Right.
We got to the next store, that little country store down there, and I said, here's what I'm going to demand in the morning. I want half the sticker. I'm going to say. I was...
you think Barry deserves a sticker?
I don't want... So that's worth half a sticker. What do you think? What do you think, Chris?
I mean, man, dude, if you were in that garage last night, be down there filming it.
You know, the bad part about this is the short scenario, but that took 8 hours, and it was nonstop. You got it on video, they got it on video, and somebody might do yours, and he's never taken a picture of me. I say that in broken Valve Spring heaven.
Right.
But so, but what
around you,
and it was so
helping
hot.
You out.
Oh, it was just unbelievable.
A few bikes over, wiring, rewiring motorcycles.
Unbelievable.
You know.
It was a friend of Doug's, but they haven't seen each other in years, and he put all this together with Tiny, with a Y.
With the Y.
And Patrick, his son, 3 of them though. He took 3 hits. That's pretty good, man. I hope he's not too bruised today.
There was actually a couple shots. Yeah.
Chad. His name is Chad, and he came from. Connor, what was the name of the shop that Chad worked at?
DC Choppers.
Spring compressors, which we couldn't use on an Indian.
Right.
So he and
these guys didn't charge a dime.
And the staff was all friendly, very helpful to us. You know,
a flat tire. One of the local shops for payment was to have Steve.
How do we know?
You yell at it a few times and kick it, and
yeah.
Hey,
most of today.
Jason, we actually have a video.
Roll it.
Go down the road and turned into found some wood in the woods.
Oh no.
You know.
How long do you think?
He's an expert. He changed what do you say?
Tales from the road.
The same tube we patched in Kanab, Utah, all that good stuff.
Right.
So I was able to center stand on the cheap woods. I kept one of them as a souvenir.
Oh, cool. So let's talk about the relationship with you guys.
We were in Tech, and Joe was coming, maybe something else, or the other chases of the Cannonball. But the contest, how Connor is here.
Oh, yeah.
Bring that up.
Connor, Jake, and Max, these guys were all sponsor some younger youth on this ride, and fun, smiles on their face. We'll do this into the future.
But how they got in there is they were voted. I'm next to him in line. Joe's coming. And that contest, dang, I voted for you, dude. I need some loving. And so I said, man, I voted for you. He's on the Indian bed. Go look at my license plate. And he walks around the back, and my license plate is
romance.
That's kindred spirits. That's the truth. Man, He came in. He chewed it till it was bloody.
Oh, you guys
all the
were
way,
just...
all the way. Put him in a bag and put him in a box.
I'm surprised you didn't burn those things.
No way.
Yeah, it was crazy last night.
There he is. You've been the topic of some discussion here.
All right.
In your class.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hanging on to last place.
All right.
So, and I'm hanging on to mine. I'm telling you, I'm fighting for it.
It finds anything everywhere. I want to know, what'd you find in the hot rod shop today?
It was the old Hannigan Fairing Factory.
I seen that.
What? Oh, you want me to come over here?
I'll spring kit.
Yeah.
And you have to
that
know
way it's adjustable height.
And you have to pour in water and an oven.
Yeah. And well, it said since 1974, so
I thought we seen you at this area that
really
you were
well.
like, I thought it was on.
The doors were closed. I walked around the whole building.
Right.
So I got all these scars on top of my head. Running into shit. So yeah, anyhow, it was just cool.
Oh, right. Cool.
Those people that don't talk to us. Some boot shop in that town. Yeah. Because Fairings wear boots. That's called delirium.
Yeah. Anyway, we should change the subject. Take a walk around the parking lot? Yeah? All right. Hey, we're in the parking lot tonight.
As they came in, but Fairings kind of like better and that kind of stuff. A little bit sport. I guess I don't have to worry about renting a U-Haul in this town.
People out here tonight. It looks like most people have most of their maintenance done. A good friend of mine, first time Tick Motorcycle Museum. What's happening?
What's happening, baby? Sure, everything is as it should be. I haven't had any real major. I'm trying to figure out why I'm going through well, but the bike's running great. I had a front axle nut that came off. If I would have caught that, that would have went really major issues. I've had a main jet issue that threads are stripped out on the carburetor body, and I just took plumber's lock on it. That's nasty. For spark plugs, I can clean them and keep going. Mountain's better today than I was yesterday, actually, in Utah, which we do. But the incline today, my little GPS thing, and keep in mind, so I forget what it was, but it was like 2,500
foot, and it was pretty quick.
You know, once I got up there, the big twin guys are
bolts tonight.
Just a couple nuts and bolts. Yeah, just ready for tomorrow. So,
how about? What did you do for food tonight? And you go to Buffalo Wild.
Better, yeah.
What's your prediction? Okay. Well,
yes, that would be the right direction. I have a cool place. So.
Yeah, I agree. You guys will have to. Hey, I got something for you a little bit about it, but I want to talk to John Stoner here. Number at like a first few miles yesterday outside of Brand.
They started off again about 8 miles down the road. Rocker box issue, and I rebuilt the clutch on. Didn't make the ferry until about 4:30.
long, and I know you just said, go ahead, I'll get you. And so I remember receiving a
and the bike, I was able to start it off the ferry with the bike after that. And
it takes about 40 minutes because you just missed it, or miles out.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Dusk, and then it got really dark. And that first section that we
did it at nighttime.
Did it last night at about midnight, and it was like, I don't know if it was a Wolverine adventure. And I got to tell you, Jason, there were no U-Hauls within 50 miles.
Really?
126 efficient.
Right.
I need to make this happen. without the choices I made,
Right.
and without the group was in betweens yesterday, and I'm super happy to be. Everything's going pretty good. I'm still having lots of problems with the club. These wonderful roads we have here in Oklahoma. Drug behind me.
Oh, just like that.
Just like that. Trying to keep it running, grabbing to the bike dies.
Oh.
And then the sag wagon comes. That's right. So I'm at the hotel. I'm ready to fight. It does not.
That's what makes this adventure.
And without the map, I wouldn't have made it. I pull over and make sure I had the next direction. And a couple times I had to use my.
Heck yeah. So that's live from the parking lot right here, if you guys are right. And we'll post it out there tomorrow.